I'm James Whitlock. I'm a student of electrical engineering at Norwich University. And I was a electronics technician on submarines for 5 years.
All right, so go ahead.
Hello, we are the Green Mountain Gears. Damon, Andrew, Lou. We all like sports and reading.
We met with 3 experts. The first one I'm going to talk about is Deborah Worthley. She's the Assistant Director on UVM Medical School, Center on Aging Studies. She helped us learn the diversity of seniors. She told us that anyone older than 55 is considered a senior. She told us some issues. Loneliness, which can be led to by friends might die or children might move away. Less activity, body changes, disease, or senses, hearing, and seeing. This author is our second one, the Cathedral Square Housing Volunteer Coordinator, Senior Housing with Assistance. She confirmed the issues and helped us brainstorm some solutions. Then the third person was Wendy Morin, Champlain Valley Council on Aging Studies. Our research led to our first choices. Physical issues like hearing and seeing, which we can make an electronic eye, or emotional issues like loneliness and communication.
We picked emotional issues. We met with Beth and Deborah to get more ideas. We have 2 finalists, talent show and senior biography. So, this is the pros and cons of the biography and the talent show.
We met with 2 Choose Your Own Adventure experts. We chose the biography because it is important for children and other people to learn about what it was like for children and people in history. The first person we met with was Doug Wilhelm. He told us that hard questions were very good for choosing your own adventures. We also met with Melissa Bounty. She told us that interesting questions were very good. If you had 2 doors, which one to go through? Add detail behind which one you want to go through. And why? These were our interview questions. We thought, even though these were very good, we thought the most important was what was your biggest accomplishment or adventure? After we took our notes in conference with the seniors, we went to a program called Scratch that was published by the MIT website, and it's for free, and it uses sprites, backgrounds, and a lot of programs. At Cathedral Square, we met with Hope Lindsay. She told us some amazing stories. She also told us her best adventure and accomplishment was living on the side of a volcano in Costa Rica. Finally, we met with Barbara Ann Cochran at Healthy Living, and she told us that winning the gold was her biggest accomplishment and adventure.
So, your project solution that you come up with is what?
Is making a senior biography about Choose Your Own Adventure, and a Choose Your Own Adventure is a book where
You get to choose what you get to do next, like you're in the book.
So if you were underwater and there was a monster coming, would you go left or right?
And it would say that, and it would say to flip to a certain page.
Yeah.
And so basically, you have the details about what you're doing, and then there's the choice. Let's just say I was in North Carolina, and there were two things I wanted to explore. If I explored the lighthouse, I would turn to this page, but not the next page like an ordinary book. And if I wanted to see the beach and scuba dive, I could go to this page. And then it would just add on from question to question.
Now, this is going to be a book, you say?
A program.
What is this?
But it's based on
It's basically a biography on a computer.
So you're setting up the framework for people to do a biography, is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you talked to people about whether they would want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Who did you talk to?
We talked to a couple seniors and we asked them questions and then we made a program on them.
And then what are you going to do with the program?
We're going to post it on a website so children can go on it and learn about history and about people and about what it was like when people before them were alive.
Okay, so the point of view of what you're doing is ultimately for children, is it?
Yeah.
So,
For seniors, it is, we help them by isolation and less isolation and more communication.
Because more people will know them, they'll have more activity because they can meet people. Because a lot of the programs we made on are interesting. For example, the one we made about Barbara Ann Cochran, and it would be cool, I think, if somebody went up to her and she was like, and they were like, "Whoa, this is really cool. Who did this?" And then she would tell us that it was this, and be like, "Oh yeah, I want to try that."
okay, so how did you get the idea for this as your project?
Well, first we met with Beth Alpert at and she like
No,
Second,
Deborah.
well, yeah. And second, so she told us about like things we could do, like a biography or a talent show, or
Story
others,
time.
or story time, something like that. And we as a team figured out which one we wanted to do.
Okay.
Good job.
What other questions do we have? So having come up with this idea, you are, one of the things is to share it with others. So who have you shared this idea with?
Our teachers, but they didn't let us present it to the class.
You say you did present it? You
We
haven't had
asked
a chance to.
our teachers, but they said no.
They were busy teaching you other things, that is. Okay. Questions?
For the people that you did ask these questions of, were they interested in having a biography written about them?
Yes. They were very excited that the story would be passed on.
Okay.
So who did the actual writing?
We all took notes and we all made different parts of their lives and adventures.
And this is all gone on the computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we probably gonna show it.
Okay, well, we thank you. It's been very good. Very good.
Yes.
It looks like a good project. You gonna keep going on it?
Yeah.
What are your plans?
Well, over the summer and vacations, we'll probably meet together again.
You gonna look to meet more old folks and get more stories?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.